Title: Between Love and Betrayal. Madison thought that weekend at the beach would be the respite she needed to forget Cole. They had finished just 2 months ago, after 3 years of an intense, passionate, and broken relationship by betrayal. He had chosen his ambition before her. Or at least, that's what Madison believed. But life, capricious, had other plans. While he walked along the sand, the wind disheveling his hair, he heard a familiar voice behind him. "I didn't think I'd find you here," said Cole, his voice deep, full of nuances. Madison turned slowly. There he was, as handsome as ever, with that look capable of making her falter even if she wanted to hate him. "Are you following me?" she fired, crossing her arms. "I'm here for work," he explained. With him, pointing to the luxurious hotel behind. "I didn't know you were coming." A part of her wanted to leave. Another remained anchored to her place. That night, destiny continued playing with them. A storm unexpectedly, they closed access to the coastal town, forcing them to remain there, trapped in the same hotel. And, as if the universe were mocking Madison, her room had a water leak, and the only option was to accept Cole's offer to share his enormous suite. "I promise not to cross the line," he said, with a half-smile that used to disarm her. Madison accepted, against her better judgment. The first few hours were tense. Superficial conversations, uncomfortable silences, memories floating like ghosts between them. Until, with the warmth of a glass of wine and the crackling of the fire in the chimney, the words began to come out. "Not everything was as you thought," Madison said, Cole, looking her in the eyes. "I did not betray you for money." "Then why?" she asked, her voice broken. Cole sighed. "Because I was afraid. Afraid of not being able to give you the life you deserved. I thought that if I accepted that promotion, if I concentrated on my career, I could build something for us. But in the end, I ended up losing you." Madison felt her heart beating painfully. She remembered the nights he arrived late, the unanswered calls, the broken promises. "You can't simply I'll erase and fix everything with words," he whispered. "I know," he said, approaching, "but I still love you, Maddie, and if there's even a tiny possibility that you also—" She wanted to resist, but when Cole touched on his cheek, when his lips sought hers with a mixture of urgency and tenderness, Madison knew she was lost. The kiss was an explosion of contained passion, of rage, of love, of everything. What they never said. Hours later, Madison woke up in bed, with the storm howling outside and Cole hugging her tightly, as if he feared she would disappear. And then she saw her cell phone vibrate. "A message from your best friend, Jenna. Be careful. I heard that Cole might be here to close the deal that you rejected. He might be using you." The blow was like a bucket of ice water. Addison pushed Cole away abruptly. "What's wrong?" he asked, confused. "Was this part of your strategy? To get close to me again just to get what you want?" Cole sat up, visibly. "You are wounded." "Do you really think that about me?" Madison, with her heart broken, looked at him without answering. She dressed silently and left the room, the rain lashing her like whips. She spent 2 days priov. She was avoiding Cole, taking refuge in the small-town cafe, walking alone on the deserted beach. Until finally, on the dock, she found him. Cole was there, alone, with a torn contract, en las manos. "This was the deal I came to sign," he said, handing her the torn papers. "I rejected it the first day I arrived. Even before seeing you." Madison blinked, incredulous. "I didn't come to look for business, Madison. I came to look for you." The wind carried away his words, but Madison felt them like a heartbeat in her chest. She threw herself into his arms, breaking down all the barriers, all the dudas. Cole hugged her as if his life depended on it. "I love you, Madison. Not for what you were, but for what you are now." She smiled through tears. "And I love you, even though you've been an idiot. Biggest of my life." They laughed, they kissed, while the storm finally faded. Because true love, Madison thought, wasn't perfect. It was chaotic, painful, full of wounds and scars, trices. But when it was real, it was worth every battle. End.